Your soul has all the answers. Now it's up to you whether you listen or not. Hi, my name is Lucy and welcome to my channel, The Lucy Michelle. We have heard of the concept that everything in the universe is made up of energy. So is our soul. Our soul is an energy vibrating at a higher frequency. Our energies can detect other energies. So, what is intuition? Intuition is our soul communicating with us, telling us the information it has about the good and the bad energies. We might doubt or try to rationalize the things we see around us, but our soul knows. Our soul knows exactly what's right, what's wrong, which energies are positive, which are negative. And the more you start listening to your soul, the more it'll start communicating with you, telling you the information it already has. Now, I'm making this video because I have recently experienced things I had never experienced in my life. It feels like an overnight success, a sudden switch of reality going into a spiritual realm. I've been into spirituality for a while, but did this happen overnight? Never before have I felt so connected to the divine and the spirits. All of us have our own spiritual team ready for us. And at this point in my life, I genuinely feel connected to them. They are here for you specifically, protecting you from the things in the astral plane which we cannot see. So suddenly I noticed that every time I picked up a bad or negative energy from someone, turns out my intuition was right every time. This happened for a few days continuously, where I came across people whose vibes were not really matching with mine, and I didn't really like the energy they were giving. And within a day or two, I realized the truth behind their behavior and that they were not exactly the person they were showing everyone to be. This was a big step for me because I had never experienced something like this. That the first time I listen to my intuition, it comes to be true and real. How was this happening all of a sudden? And I started to analyze. 2 years ago, I started my new school with new people, new environment, everything was new. And I don't remember exactly what was going on in my life at that time, but I consciously decided to take a new step in my life and trust myself more. We live our lives trusting everything everyone else says, and this was my chance to start listening to myself. So this was the only conscious decision I took, and I gave up everything and I just decided to trust myself and my body and listen to what my body was saying. It started out small, but whenever I met a new person, I was meeting a lot of new people at that point, and whenever I met a new person and I didn't like their vibe, even if they were a really good person, maybe they were a mutual friend or something, and everyone says okay things about them, no one says a bad thing about them, but if I felt something was wrong, I stopped or reduced my communication with them. I did not judge them or was rude to them. I just distanced myself from them. And I did this one thing. I listened to my body and said, I hear you. I validate everything you're feeling. And even though my rational mind cannot pick up what you can see, I trust you. I believe in what you feel. The more you validate yourself, the lesser you will require validation from the outside world. Who are these people that you're trying to get validation from? Does their opinion of you matter in the decisions you make? I don't think so. I validated myself and kept moving forward with it without giving it much thought. And slowly, What I'm assuming is my intuition started getting stronger, because just take a real life example. If you do something for your friend appreciates you, that thank you for doing this, I really appreciate your hard work, you would want to give them more. If they tell you how grateful they are, if they smile, tell you thank you, you would want to give more. That's exactly how everything works. That's the basis of the entire concept of gratitude and practicing gratitude and writing things you're grateful for in your journal. That's what it's based on. So I started validating myself, my body, and my intuition started to get stronger and stronger. I started to feel more connected to myself. The more you connect with yourself, the more you spend time with yourself, your body gets comfortable in this new feeling of being alone and not feeling lonely, because solitude and lonely are different things. We need to practice being alone and being comfortable in our own skin. That's how you get your spiritual growth. That's the basis. We do not have spiritual growth in a group full of friends in a happy mood all the time. Spiritual growth was never supposed to be an easy thing. It gives you the peace you need and you want, but you need to work for it and you need to trust. And the moment you start trusting, putting your trust in the higher power, that's it. It's gonna change your life. And it changed mine. I didn't realize what I was doing, but these small things compound in the background where we don't even notice. And suddenly this thing happened 2-3 weeks back, where I met someone and I talked to them for a while, and it was all good, everything was fine. And after I stopped talking to them, I had this weird feeling in my body that something was wrong, I don't know what, and a gut feeling, something was not right. And that person, I had had a really good time talking to them. So what was wrong? And the very next day, they themselves told me the story of their life, and one part of it clicked, and I realized, okay, if I stay around this person, they're gonna drag me down very soon. And your soul identifies it the moment you encounter that energy. The moment you come face to face with that energy, your soul knows. Your soul knows it's trying to tell you instantly. But the more you listen, the more it speaks. The more you ignore it, the more you go away and away from your real self and your physical body. They start to separate. You don't feel comfortable in your own skin because you're not comfortable and in touch with your true self. That's it. That's the video. Share with someone who generally needs to hear it, and subscribe to grow this family. Thank you.